Okay, can I get everybody to unmute, please? Miss Mute, can I get everybody to unmute? We know who Miss Mute is. Anna.
I'm here.
I was saying, can I get everybody to unmute? And you're the only one that was muted.
Yeah, sorry.
All right, I'm going to introduce myself, and it's just 4 of us right now. So I'll start with myself, and if everybody just stay unmuted, that way we could just introduce ourselves and go from there. All right, well, I'm Savon Smith, founder of Savon's Academy Stars, which is a basketball program with the city of Royal Palm Beach in West Palm Beach. I've been doing their basketball since 2009, and currently, because of COVID, things are a little bit slow right now, but we're going to pick back up, soon enough. And this organization is called Founding Players. It's named after 6 players that I started the Savon's Academy Stars basketball program with the city. And to also elaborate on the basketball program, it's actually called Royal Palm Beach Stars. And Savon's Academy, it has the opportunity to help people worldwide. So it's actually Savon's Academy Stars doing business as Royal Palm Beach Stars. But again, I have this organization called Founding Players, and it was named after the 6 players that I started the Savon's basketball organization with. I wanted to use basketball to teach financial literacy. Most of the kids that's playing sports, they're gonna want to, give it their best shot to make it on the professional level. But any job that we do is a profession. So I wanted to teach financial literacy to these young men and women, and also parents and just anyone who wants to learn how to manage money and invest. So I call this organization Founding Players, named after these young men. All right, so that's it in a nutshell. Lou, you want to jump in?
Yes. Okay. My name is Lou Banks, and I'm the CEO of a nonprofit, My Safe Haven, and we're fighting trafficking. We are still fighting even through COVID because trafficking never stopped. As a matter of fact, it got worse during the pandemic. And we also have an Airbnb down in Montego Bay, Jamaica. Thanks to my friend Savon, who encouraged us to check it out and add that to our resume. So we stepped up and Took his advice. Wow, I can't speak. We took his advice, and I'm loving it. One of my team members is down there right now. No, just checking out the weather and seeing how complicated it is to get in and out, which he said it wasn't. So that's a great thing. So that's all about me in a nutshell.
Okay, great. Pierre, can you jump in?
Yes, sir. My name is Pierre Abraham. I'm actually currently a FedEx employee. I've been in FedEx for 13 years. And then now I can consider myself a prior investor. So I've been investing in the stock market in this group chat for it's been a month now. So wow, it's been a month already. Yeah, so it is a journey, and then we're here to learn, to share our knowledges. Let's go from there.
Yes, sir. Awesome. Anna?
My name is Anna Murdoch. Well, good night, you guys. My name is Anna Murdoch, and I'm a medical biller. And I've been here for, I think, about a month now. And I'm basically here just like everybody else. I want to learn how basically to help myself with the stocks and everything, and just basically to establish myself to be financially free. So I've been tuning in, trying to get as much knowledge as I can that will help me and help my child in our future. So that's pretty much it for me.
Okay, awesome. So now we're all here and we're forming a group. Hopefully our group get bigger. If our group remains small group, we're still here as a small group sharing information, with our audience. We do our research and we invest, so we're just sharing the information, and you as well can do your research before you invest, and right now I'm going to read our disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor. This video is for entertainment and education purposes only. This video is not financial advice. You can lose money investing into the stock market. You are liable for any loss that you incur from investing in the stock market. I shall not be liable for any losses you may incur while investing on or trading on the stock market. Contact your licensed financial professional in your area for professional advice. Thank you very much, and we will begin to share. All right, so let's start with Pierre. Why don't you let us know how your week last week was, and what you believe is going to happen this coming week with the stocks that you have purchased so far.
Well, so far this week was I think last week was a pretty a slow week in the stock market. So everything was actually down. I could see everything's in red. But the one that I was most interesting in see the transparent of it is a CNET. I think I did a lot more research about CNET. I think CNET is gonna go soon. And then one of my stock that was I think my first stock that's I bought, it was really disappointing, is the CCIV. I can't stop talking about CCIV because this is actually my first stock that I bought since I joined in the group. It was actually a $6 stock. Now it's down to $22. So before it was kind of scary, but I learned to stay composed and do not panic, not go and buy and sell right away because you see it's red. So that's the thing that I started learning a lot with you guys. And then the one that I bought also was HOFV. That one it's a Hall of Fame Resort Entertainment. It's got to do with the NFL. So I'm really skeptical about this one. But other than that, and everything else is kind of slow. The SOS is down 17%. So Everything's slow. Let's see what that. I gotta go in there. And then NNDM, that one went up. That one really is a good profit share. NNDM, nano dimension. So I get that's what I did last week. With the last week, I didn't really buy a lot last week because I was in between with the rod because I was learning a new rod this week. So it was kind of hard to get on the phone a lot. So that's why I didn't do any other research this week. Hello?
Okay, who's next?
I think I went off.
Yeah,
Can you guys hear me?
Savon.
I think we lost Savon.
Yeah. So we'll take a
I think we
pause.
lost Savon. Savon, where are you?
Okay, everything's great. Yeah. Yeah, we probably lost his.
Man, this is the first time. This is the first time we lost Savon.
I know, right?
We lost our leader right here.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah.
So we have a few more people.
So how about Lou today? Is your first day, Lou? First day on it?
I was on it prior to, before now, but I've been back and forth out of town trying to get some business things together and make sure I get more money so I can invest in the stock market.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, so far it's been a great journey for me. Since
Yeah.
I started, I see a lot of great things started happening. So it is it's very good.
Right. It is. It's time for me to start expanding because I'm stuck on Airbnb, Moderna, Agba, a couple more of the smaller stocks, trying to watch them grow. Of course, I invested in marijuana when they first started investing when it was a penny stock.
Where can you get marijuana stocks to buy? Because I'm very interested.
Oh, yes. It was a penny when we first started investing. So I
I
bought
can.
2,500 shares.
Jesus.
Wow. That is good.
And it's going up. It's a good market to be in right now. In more ways than one. And plus it's legal here. We can grow and you have to invest in it when it's legal and you can contribute to how the stock climbs. So yes.
Are you in Florida? What state are you in? Because I don't think it's legal yet in Florida.
I'm in Michigan.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Because I don't think it's legal yet in
Not yet
Florida.
it's legal. Yeah, it's only legal in Florida through prescriptions. You gotta be medical. No. But as far as legalized, it's not legalized yet in Florida.
Right. We just passed the recreational law last year. So we're able to grow 12 plants, per household. If it's two people there, one is a caregiver, and the other one is the patient, you can grow up to 90. And of course
So how much do you need? What do you need to grow a plant? You gotta what is the process for that?
Basically you just find out what Michigan laws are as far as growing, And it's certain laws, you can't cover it up. It's not supposed to be close to another house, blah, 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 no churches, or anything of that nature. As long as you follow the rules, you can grow, you can
Okay.
invest. They are begging people to come to Detroit, that lives in Detroit rather, to open up dispensaries because the people from the suburbs are coming in, buying up all the stores and crap, making millions of dollars. This is a billion-dollar industry. And when it became legal here, everybody kind of got on pause and jumped all over it. So you got to do what you got to do while it's around, because some politician is going to get in there and try to, change everything. So you jump on the bandwagon while you can and make as much as you can.
Do you have to have like some underlying issues if you wanted to purchase it, or can you just go to a dispensary and get it?
Oh, you can, you go to the doctor here and get your license, or, you just read and you chisel out some land, and start growing. Long as you adhere to the rules, you're fine. And like I said, you can grow 12 plants. So, and that's basically 2 pounds per plant. And you do the math.
Yeah,
But
I'm moving to Michigan. I'm moving there.
I know that's right. It's a good place to be right now. It really is, because, there are cities here, well, different counties that don't want it in their county. They don't want it close to the houses. People are complaining, oh, we can smell it coming from John's house next door, and it's bothering my animals and my children. So, they'll raise a stink, and the person might have to move and go to another county. But basically, everybody is, doing pandemic. That the cost of that, well, they never stopped. Matter of fact, they gained more patients during pandemic. So of course the stock went up.
I will definitely be investing a lot and start looking in houses in Michigan.
Yes, and it's another thing they're doing in Michigan. They have abandoned houses here. And if you join the Detroit Land Bank, you can get some of those houses for like $1,000, fix them up and turn around and sell them for 40,000, 50,000, It's a
Wow.
great place to be right now. It really is.
That is really good. Like you can get really nice houses for cheap. Better than
Yeah.
Florida.
And when they tear the
Hey,
house down, the
well,
lot next to the house is for sale for $100. So, you could buy up lots. It's a land of opportunity in Michigan right now, so to speak.
hey guys, you can hear me?
Yeah, you
We can
finally
hear
got,
you.
Yeah, I had gotten kicked off. My computer was acting up. I hear you
Yeah.
guys talking about your weed. So
kept it going
what
until you got back.
I didn't really hear what you guys were really talking about, but what is your thoughts on the stocks that has to do with the weed? What is your thoughts on that?
We were talking about how the stock is right now doing the state that has legalized it, and stock is doing really good right now in marijuana. I bought it when it was 1 cent and it's climbing. So I could sell any day and make a big profit, but I don't want to.
Which state has approved that so far?
Michigan has recreational marijuana where any household can grow up to 12 plants. And of course, if that's a $1 billion industry. Also Arizona, they're trying to get it together there but Colorado always have had it. Well, not always, but they was one of the first states to legalize recreational marijuana. And when they did that, the stock went up because people were, buying it more, and it caused the stocks to rise, especially during pandemic. And that's what we were talking about, just to keep it going until you got back.
Okay. So, Pierre, what's your thoughts on these stocks? Marijuana stocks.
I mean, yeah, it's I think that's you're saying it is a growing a billion-dollar industry. So I guess we down in Florida, we're just waiting for it to legalize in Florida. So we
Right.
can jump on it too.
Okay. Anna, what's your
Any
thoughts?
good investment.
Okay. Anna, how about you?
My thoughts is to pack up and move out of Florida. I am living in the wrong state.
Anna's not playing.
And guess
Oh
what?
no.
Guess what? The minute you move out of Florida, it'd be like when you leave school, everything changed, and then they'll legalize it in Florida, then you'll want to come back.
Yep.
So true. And then I'm gonna be mad.
Right. That's the best place to grow it and invest in it down there because of the weather, if nothing else. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, my thoughts on it is, I think I heard when you were saying, Lou, that a lot of people are complaining about the smell. And I see the same thing here, and it's not even legal here in Florida. So you think that will be a problem going forward of how many states will get this approved? Because it seems to me like the smell can be a problem.
It's up to the voters. Here they have regulations. You have to stay so many square feet away from the house, or residential or church, organization,
But Lou,
anything of that nature.
let me ask you a question. Talking about the smell, is it as strong as when you smoke it and then as you grow it? Is this a sense? How strong is the smell?
It's very poignant. It's
Oh,
very
okay.
So what they've done, they've made tents to keep the smell down because a lot of people are growing inside. They don't want to wait until it's spring and summer to grow because of the demand for it. And see, there are a lot of people here. It's in demand because of cancer, arthritis, things of that nature, because it does help with the pain, and it does help cancer patients. It helped them eat, keep the food down. It helps them with the nausea, and that's one of the biggest problems after they go through chemo. So medically speaking, that's why we passed it here in the state. They found that it's a bigger help than a hindrance. And people are going to get it no matter what. So the government finally got smart and said, let's make some of these millions that Colorado has been making for years. So once you're governor, you get a governor in Florida that think on the same level, it's going to be legalized because there's a lot of money to be made in the health industry and keeping the cartel at least at bay with the marijuana industry. You growing it yourself, you don't need to smuggle it in or get penalized for having small amounts, anything of that nature. So it's just all up to the legislature.
All right. Well, my additional thoughts on marijuana stocks also is you don't want to pay too much attention to just one sector. There's so many opportunities out there, and you don't want to get caught up into, okay, let me buy some weed stocks. and you're missing all the other sectors,
No.
out there of the things that's really happening today. I'm no advisor, but I don't think just focusing on, not that we are, I'm just saying there's a lot of people out there who may be saying, let me invest in some weed stocks.
Well,
I'm
like
not
I
advising
said,
anybody listen
like
to
I
me,
said up
but
front,
you
I
have
have more than one stock.
Lou, both of us can't talk at the same time.
Well, I just didn't want you to think I'm one of those people that only invest in marijuana.
No.
I made that clear up front.
No, but we don't want to start talking over each other here. So when I'm finished, then you can go. When you finish, I go. That's a way that we all listen to each other. We let each other finish what each other is saying. That way nobody is over talking anyone. So that's the way I like to listen and learn. I don't like to talk over people. So, and for me, when I'm trying to make a point, that kind of throws me off. So that's why I say that. So I'm not trying to offend anybody, as far as whoever wants to invest in weed. I'm just stating, again, I'm not an advisor, it's my opinion. So it's not to be taken to heart anything that I say about anything about my thoughts. Hello? I don't want y'all to go quiet on me now. Mute family.
We want to make sure
Hello?
we're talking. So before we say anything, you know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. So who's next? Who's up?
Well, can I go next, Savon?
You sure can, and we all gonna listen to you.
Okay, so did you remember I told you about Roblox?
Yes.
Okay, so I had bought like 5 shares just as a test run, just to see basically how it would do. And I sold it. And I know you told me not to sold it, to let it roll over, but I just wanted to see, and I made $2,000 off of it. I couldn't believe it. So what I'm gonna do is reinvest back in Roblox because the stock had went down and I had bought more and I couldn't believe it. I'm like, oh my God.
Okay. Are you finished?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm done now.
Okay. So do you mind, you say you made 2,000 off of it. Do you want to share what you invested in, and are you just want to go with the fact that you made 2,000?
No, I actually bought like $500 worth of stocks,
Mm-hmm.
which I know it seems like a pretty steep, but I actually I went to one of my friends who told me basically that I can sell it. So I just wanted to test to see if it was real or how much I could make. And I actually had someone literally buy it and pay me $2,000 for it. And I'm like, oh my God. Now thinking about it, I'm like, I immediately remembered you. I'm like, okay, maybe I shouldn't have sold it, because if someone was willing to pay me so much for it, they got to have seen something that I don't see. So I'm pretty much going to try to invest back that money, but now it's like at almost $80.
All right. Well, we all make mistakes, right? That's why we're in this group, to help each other and to learn from the mistakes that we make. And again, I'm no financial advisor. I am just sharing, what I would personally do. What I always personally do after making mistakes, I learned that whenever you buy into a stock that you believe in, you never sell all your shares. You mentioned that you had 5 shares of it, so equal that to $100 a share. You had 5, you invested 500. If you had 5, maybe you sell 3 and you would still have 2 at that low price that you bought it at. Now if you bought it high and it dropped and then, went back up past your price, then, if you bought in high, that's different. If it really dropped, and you bought shares and averaged down as it kept dropping, that would have been also a good way to invest more money into that stock to bring your your high average way down, as far down as you can bring it. That would be great. But me personally will not sell all shares of any stock that I believe in. But it's lesson learned. You can buy back in. I guess you're gonna hope for some red days. Right, Anna?
Yeah, yeah, I am. I'm looking at it right now, and I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm like, yeah, I should have, I should have never sold. But I'm watching to see, because right now it's like in 75, so I'm just watching it to make sure. As soon as it drops, I'm just gonna put everything right back into it again.
Okay. So now I'm gonna jump to Pierre. I'm gonna use Pierre as example. Pierre, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
I'm gonna use you as example. Tell us about and Anna, I want you to listen to this. Tell us about CCIV, and I'll make my statement on CCIV, similar to what you did, Anna. So listen to Pierre on the CCIV. Let us know where you bought it at, where it's at now.
Yeah, my first my first day, I was so excited. I was like, you know what, I want to buy some stock, and then I did some research about CCIV, because and then the CEO of CCIV was one of them engineer that used to work for Tesla. So basically, it's one of the guys that came from Tesla who started a new company, same competition for Tesla. So when the stock was 65, I think it was $61. It was in the 60s, mid 60s or early 60s. So I was so excited, and then the minute I bought it, I was so excited. On the next day, the very next day, less than 24 hours, the stock went from 60 to $30. So it was actually a $30 drop. And then since that day, that stock never went above $31. Today is at $24, $22.
Okay.
So right now I'm still waiting for it to go back to 60s. And then actually I bought more when it was at 24. But that is the big drop that scared me the first day. And I'm still talking about CCIV. Still this day, I'm talking about CCIV.
All right. So here's the information, Anna, that I want to share, just using here buying CCIV at $60. So usually I should say, when there's news on a company and it's great news, usually let's just say the stock IPO, the company IPOs. A lot of time in the past, IPOs would go down, would be in the red, giving you an opportunity to buy low. But lately, since COVID, we started seeing more companies IPO and their stock going up. We kind of saw that with Airbnb too, which we get to Lou. Lou can kind of explain that, because I believe she's in Airbnb. But again, normally stocks that companies that IPO, they won't go up, they would go down first, and you'll be able to buy at a discounted rate. So again, I'm not a financial advisor, but Pierre, next time you're going to buy into any stock, listen for the news, because a lot of times if it's good news, the stock usually goes down, from what I've witnessed, but they've been driven up. We don't know which direction stocks will go, but we know that they come down. We always are going to get stocks at a discounted price. It's not just going to go one direction, it's going to go both directions. So last week we had Anthony came on and he spoke about EBON, and he kind of used the charts to show us the levels of where we can buy in. So the next time, remember, we have a group and we have people who specialize in different things. And maybe going forward, you buying stocks, you can reach out to like Anthony and say, hey, what is your charts saying about such and such stock? Just the same way Alan asked him last week, and he was able to give us his breakdown of where we should get into that stock. So buying CCIV at $60 is a lesson learned, and it's down to $24 now. But we know that it's going to make its way past $60. So it's the patience that you got to really have. It's not the fact that you really bought in at 60. Is how much patience do you have for it to get back there? And I remember buying stocks high in the green when I recently started. And let's just say the 60 went down to 24. And that's what it is with CCIV. Obviously, if CCIV goes up on Monday and it goes up to, say, $40, you're looking like everybody's getting excited that CCIV went up, but you'll still be down, and sometimes that can be difficult to know that a stock had a good Monday, but you're still down, but you just have to learn patience. And I did that because I remember buying high and it went so low and it took so long to get back to the point where I bought it at. But then I saw it flew past the high point that I bought it at. So, you have a lot of hope with CCIV. Again, it's just lesson learned and being able to invest, checking it out and see which levels you should buy at before you actually buy. Like right now, I'm going to share some stocks that I'm getting into that, Alan and myself researched. And I'm trying to buy as many shares as low as possible. And I don't want it to go anywhere up anytime soon. I want it to keep going down. All right. So, Lou, where are you? Oh, I don't see Lou. So I can't use Lou as example for buying Airbnb, but I'll speak on Airbnb. So Airbnb IPO pretty high. I don't remember the amount. I believe it was $70, and then it went way up, and then it came back down. So that shows you, possibly you can make some money basically off of what's happening right now, where things IPO and they're flying up, but you probably want to sell immediately and buy it back when it comes low. But we don't know. We don't know which direction the company is going to go. But with CCIV, I'm sure, Pierre, you thought that it was going to go from $60 to maybe $120. That's usually the thoughts right now with what's happening these days, since COVID, but I'm not a financial advisor. You want to take those chances with those stocks that it's hoping and praying, and that's all we could do. But I think buying lower is always the best thing. Anything, Pierre?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, you're definitely right. You're definitely right. Since that day, I mean, I really changed my strategy. So I really, because like I said, I was my first day, so I was so excited, buying on stock. So I was really impatient. So now I kind of settle down, just wait until the price really drop and buy at a low rate. So that's what I've been doing.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I've been doing now. So you see that that group chat really helps. So it's really good now.
Yeah, definitely. We all live and learn, and guess what? The funny thing is, we're still gonna make those mistakes. You see, you bought it at $60, and now you're probably looking for a lower price. You still gonna end up buying something too high. So that's just the way it is. You could buy something at $5 thinking, oh, it's in the red, man. I bought it at $5, and then it dropped down to $2. You're like, man, I should have bought it at $2, man. Well, why did I buy it at 5? So, we're going to continue to make those mistakes. But, that's why you got to average down. So the way to look at CCIV right now is I hope you averaging down. So if you bought it at 60, you should be trying to get it down to 50. And when you get it down to 50 and it keeps dropping, you got to get it down to 30. So right now you say it's at 24. This is where you buy more shares. I hope you've been buying more shares, and a lot of us, yes, we're going to make that mistake where we buy in at 60 and we see it dropping and we get more afraid. We get more conscious of hoping for that stock to get back to 60 rather than buying more to average down. Have you done that, Pierre, or you just kept it at the 60 that you bought it at?
No, yeah, no. I started average down.
Great.
Yeah, I said actually before the first time, like you said, I was really down on it, and then not knowing about the price average. So now lately I've been averaging down now. Yeah, because that start really messing up my portfolio. So that's why I started averaging down now.
Yeah. And that's a good way to do it. Just average down. Give me a second. Yeah. Okay. So, real quick, Anna.
I'm here, Savon.
Okay, let's use CNET as an example. I believe you bought it at $3 and change. Am I correct?
Actually, it was $2.50 at the time.
Okay, $2.50. So you kind of got a little bit of luck on your side and you gained something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now you're still in the gain actually, because last time I checked it was like 270. So if you got it at 250 something, you're still in the game. So you're on the upside, which is great for you. So here's the thing. I've been hoping and praying for it to go down to about $1 and change. But either way, it would have been below your $2.50. So I guess I'm praying for it to go lower than where you bought it. I'm sorry.
It actually went up, Savon, to like $5. I think sometime last week, it went up to $5.60. So it went up and then it went back down.
Yeah. So when it went up to $5.50, were you thinking, man, you know what? Maybe I should sell here at $5.50. Were you thinking that?
Nope. I watch it and I'm like, you know what? I'm so happy because I did invest quite a few money on it. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna wait till it goes back down again. And because right now it's currently at 240, I think, I bought some more because it fluctuates. Like one day it was like at $3, the other week it was at $4, and I saw it went to $5.60. I'm like, oh my God. So it's back down now. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take advantage of this. Like I'm gonna buy more.
Okay, well, that puts a smile on my face because we're learning right here to average down, buy more in the red, and we're gonna even with this strategy that you're using, we're still going to buy things too high. It's gonna happen. It's bound to happen. We're not perfect at all, so it's gonna happen. But when that happens, it's just a matter of averaging down. So you heard me say you were at 250s where you bought it at, and I was actually hoping and praying for it to drop below 2 so I can buy more. The lower it is per share, the more shares I want. So I don't want no heap of shares at 250. I want a heap of shares at $1.50, But either way, if it dropped for you for where you bought it at, average down, buy more like you've been doing, so that's what we need to do, guys. We need to get smart with our investment. and we don't need to panic. We need to come together and speak to each other. Just like how we have this for every Sunday night. We need to count on each other. We need to do our research for each other. We need to share like we're doing. Every week, I'm constantly reminded that we're in a group, and I constantly remind myself that it takes teamwork to make the dream work. I constantly remind myself that if I have a business, or anybody have a business, you're gonna need people. So in order for us to have success, it's not always just about ourselves. It's about helping each other. It's about coming together and sharing information. If I'm going to aim to become a millionaire and I know just how to do that, I don't have to hide that information. It's okay for me to share it, which is why I wanted to do this on the YouTube. If someone goes and search and find us, they want to find good people who's sharing their knowledge about what's working for them. And we always want to advise people to do your own research. But if I'm watching Anna do your research and here do your research, I'm going to learn the things that you researched and sharing with me. And when you share those things with me, I can do research and also share things with you. So yes, we are all investing at our own risk, but we're also helping each other, because in this world, we actually need people. There's certain sports out there that you play by yourself. But even when you're playing that sport by yourself, you still need an audience. You need people to watch you. People got to buy tickets to come see you. So we all need somebody in this world. We come in alone, we leave alone. But while we're right here on Earth, we all need people, because that's how you spend money. You're spending it for a reason, not just for yourself. You share your money with others, not just yourself. So that goes to show you that teamwork actually does make the dream work. So I just wanted to say that, because listen, if I find out some information about a stock, I want to let you guys know about it. For instance, SANP. And if one of you could type that in the chat for me, SANP. And you guys do your research on SANP. I won't elaborate too much on it, but do your research on that. It has to do with the cryptocurrencies. Do your research on it. If you don't have TD Ameritrade, download TD Ameritrade and look into that stock. The next stock that I want you guys to put in the chat and for people to research is Big Digital. Don't quite remember that ticker symbol, but I'm going to get it right now. But it's Big Digital. And I believe it's BIGG, Digital. Research that one as well. And I'm going to get Big Digital ticker for you in a few minutes. All right, so Big Digital is BBKCF. You could write that in the chat for me, BBKCF. That's Big Digital, and you could find that in TD Ameritrade. So do your research on those two stocks. And another one, IQST. That's IQST. You put that in the chat for me. And the next one is HMBL, which I believe Alan mentioned quite a few times, which I think, well, I'm not going to mention the old ticker, but they changed their old ticker to this new ticker. Again, that's HMBL. I think that was in effect this past Friday when they changed their ticker symbol to HMBL, which is humble. So those stocks that I just mentioned, do your research on them. And if you like what you hear and like what you see, you know, then invest at your own risk. But yeah, I just shared those stocks. I think we shared them quite a few times. And again, download TD Ameritrade. You definitely can find those stocks in TD Ameritrade. And I've been averaging down on those stocks all of last week. A lot of those stocks were higher and they came down, and I kept buying and kept hoping for them to drop even lower. Yep. So just have patience, guys. Whenever you see things are in the red, just continue to buy and have your patience. I saw big changes from a year ago to today when I bought some stocks, and I spent like the first 3 months wondering why aren't they moving. And now it's a year later, it's actually 8 months later, I started seeing like these stocks moving. I'm like, whoa, you know, so just use your patience. Yep. Anybody got anything? I see we got some quiet people in here. I see iPhone. I don't know who that is. I see JD is back. Anybody got anything? Any of the quiet people want to say anything? Putting all the pressure on me to talk. Nothing, anyone?
Well, I think somebody has a question on the YouTube.
Okay, let's see.
So yeah, I appreciate the discussion and buying. It's about buying down.
It's about buying down.
So yeah, how do we properly evaluate which stock to buy into from the jump?
I don't really read that question again. I don't see it.
It's from Wiki. Say I appreciate the discussion surrounding buying down. Say, but how do we properly evaluate which stocks to buy into from the jump?
Oh, how do we properly evaluate which stock to buy in from the jump? I think that's what you said. Well, you properly evaluate by doing proper research. So you listen to news, you know, of the stocks that you want to get involved with. You check out the company's financial. You check out who is running the company, check the history, you know, see what that person running the company has done. You know, you want the best information that you can get. And how do you get the best information? You have to ask Google a lot of questions. Another thing is, if you're in Robinhood, they give information on the company. You have to read, you know, read what the updates are. You know, what can I use as example? Okay, let's use Canon, which is CAN. So it's a mining company. So let's just say Bitcoin is performing well, and Canon is giving us information on their plans of how many computers they're going to buy in order to mine Bitcoin. Because of how much Bitcoin is going up, they're going to need more computers. You know, that's how you kind of pay attention to the news, you know, like tie it in. You know, there's so much information out there. People are constantly putting out news. People are constantly talking. Just hear what people are saying and decipher things for yourself. Some of those news are not so good, and you have to be able to take the not so good news and kind of make up your mind and what you want to do. And that's kind of like how I determine which company to actually buy into, is because let's use Bitcoin again, for instance. If some people are going to be negative with, say, Bitcoin, I'm going to find the positive. And if I believe in it personally, I'm going to invest in it by putting two and two together of what people are really trying to say. And because I know that when people are skeptical, that's something to probably pay attention to, because people are easy to be skeptics. You know, people always doubt. You know, there's a lot more doubters than people who actually believe. Because if you've been practicing same habits for years, those habits are going to remain, you know. And a lot of people don't really have the belief. A lot of people just hope. You know, a lot of people pray, you know, but I'm of the belief also that, let's just use a job, for instance. If you want a job, you can't just pray about it. You have to be about it. You have to go do little things to get that job. You know, praying alone is not going to bring you that job. You know, and I think a lot of people just likes to speak and just say whatever comes to their mind. You have to pay attention to that when people are just talking, and they do the same thing with stocks. It's like they just talk. So you have to like know real news and fake news, and you have to know when someone is trying to maybe talk people out of a stock, you know, try to throw curveballs. You know, baseball, they got fastballs, they got knuckleballs, they got curveballs. There's reasons for all them balls that they're throwing at you is to strike you out or to get you to hit out. So guess what? Equal news out there, some of them are curveballs, you know, and you have to be willing to use your brain, not just your mind. So when you're investing in stocks, you have to expect a lot of negativity. You have to expect a lot of curveball. Treat it like baseball. You're going to expect knuckleball, curveball, slider, fastball. Expect it all. That's what the stock market is about. It's about confusion. But how do you get rid of some of the confusion? Through your own research and through your belief. You know, so I hope I explained that well. You got to think about all those things though when you're investing. You know, use common sense. You know, if some things are changing like it is today, use common sense. I use my common sense on Moderna. I use my common sense on vaccines. You know, we can all complain about what we not gonna do, and we can say, you know what, let me stop complaining and really use my brain and figure this thing out. You know, so during coronavirus, when everything was locked down, I spend more time looking which company I should really invest in. You know, why do you think I mentioned SANP and Big Digital? I did my research for myself. I believe in them. Doesn't mean that you guys have to believe in them, but I'm only sharing the information because I believe in them, because I've done this before where I believe in a company because I did the research to believe in them. It's no different than me taking a shot, you know, in basketball, taking a shot. I know I'm going to make that shot. If I miss that shot, I can go back to the drawing table, practice, and hit that shot. Through my practice, I'm going to get better at hitting that shot. So now when I'm taking that shot, I'm confident because I've done practice so many times. So I'm treating the stocks that I get involved in the same way. And I'm only sharing my strategy. It works for me, but you have to find your strategy that works for you. You can't just go off what works for me. But my belief is when I take my shot, I'm going to win. I'm going to make it a lot more times than the next person. So I believe in myself. So when I'm here sharing my stocks, it's because I care about sharing what I know that works for me, but then you have to believe for yourself, and you may find the stocks that works for you, but my stocks definitely works for me because I have a lot of patience and I do my research on what's happening. And I can kind of like just foresee like, hey, this is going to happen and I'm going to be patient with this or with these. And that's pretty much it. Just the same way, if a man loves a woman and he's going to invest in her, it's because he believes in her. Well, treat your stocks like you love them once you know them. So once you know your woman, you're all in. So treat your stocks like that. It's like CCIV. Guess what, Pierre? You gotta love it. Anna, you're mad right now because guess what? You sold some Roblox. So you gotta love it again. You gotta get it back and love on it. Yeah.
Indeed, indeed.
You're absolutely right about that.
Yep. So that's it. I think I shared the stocks I wanted to share. Those two or three I wanted to share, and for you guys to just do your research and be patient. Just be real patient. And also some days, guys, I come on here and I'm actually tired and I just come on anyway. And I'm tired, but I'm pushing because I want to get the information out there to people and to also be with you guys on here because it's an opportunity to touch bases and to make sure we're going into the week and keeping our patience, because one day, it's all going to pay off for us. As a matter of fact, it pays off for us every day. But one day we're all going to reach that goal that we want, that we set out to reach. So just continue to come on, and things are going to happen based off of staying the course. So that's my advice to you guys.
Of course, Devon.
Look at that. You know me in such a short period of time and you just believe in me so much.
I go with my intuition. It's never wrong.
I'm glad.
Oh yeah, man. We all do.
Yep. And guess what? We're neighbors. Your neighbors, myself, Pierre, and Alan. Your neighbors go to work, guys. So when we come on here and we're sharing our information, we actually go to work for this group. So trust and believe that we are sharing great information. But again, do your own research no matter what we share, because you have to learn for yourself as well what you need to put your own money into. But there's no need for me to know that I can make $10,000 on Canon and for me to not show you how I did it. So if I'm showing you how I did it, then you have to find the stocks that you can do the same thing with, and they're out there. They're out there, trust me. Yep, that's it. My tired self is gonna go relax. Anybody got any last words before they leave?
No, I'm good on my end. It was very interesting.
Okay. Sweet. All right. Well, with that being said, I think I honestly believe that there's some big run-ups coming, but don't quote me on that. It's just my belief. So be patient. Get as much shares of things that you invest as you can, especially during the time when they're red, and hold on to them. And just be patient. That's it. That's all I can say. My patience worked for me. So if it doesn't work for you, work on it. Work on patience. The most important thing is we shared some stocks. So now you have to do your own research. And if you find stocks that you believe in, just go in, keep looking for discount. And that's it. And I'll probably be back on Wednesday. Tomorrow is Monday. So I'll probably come back on Wednesday. And hopefully Wednesday, we come with some excitement. If we don't come with no excitement on Wednesday, that means we're going to be buying more at a lower price. All right, guys, good night. I'm tired.
Oh yeah.
Good night, Savon.
All right, Savan. All right, everybody. Good night.
All right, good night.
Good night. Good night, everybody.
Good night.